let's talk about this book. Childhood lore. I'm going to show you. You can't really see it.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah, it's really great.
It's a compilation of all the 3 collections that I've put out so far, as well as some extras.
Yeah.
Just as like a way of being like, this is my portfolio of work that I've put out.
What made you pick the word lore to frame childhood? Not memory, not story, but something closer to myth and inheritance.
Okay, so childhood lore means something like the stories that become myth to us and that become the language we use to understand the world as children.
Yeah.
And it becomes like our belief system and our manifesto written in the ink of childhood currency, which is like candy, toys, acorns, lost teddy bears, all those little things. And they make up the spells and nursery rhymes, poems, songs, stories, rumors. All of it becomes childhood lore. So that's kind of what the idea was around the title.
And you let me know when you want to read a poem.
Okay. I can do one now if you'd like.
If you want to, yeah.
Sure. Okay. This one's called Frida's Bathwater. Taste her sweat, Frida, like bathwater, bitter and filthy of mind. Naivete was her drink of choice. Took a sip, but the damn pain would swim. Gray, watery thighs, she was an island, a small skeleton resting upon a hill. Duality of the body she lost and the body she had. She would rot/rest soon. Naked as she float, hands wrapped around her neck. Seashells cupping her breasts, they were full of bullet holes. Water drunk like erotica, a painting left for dead. Sweat, soap, and metal, she was what the water gave me. Thank the saints in this calamity. Save me from body. It pains me as my feet cannot touch the ground to feel the sand. Retableaus of the Mother Mary tell me she had a great smile. The sea smells like her. I told myself I grew up a virgin to a mother without pause. Thank the saints in this sea storm. Save her from the womb, I would pray. Roots from her wrists I grew, familiar with blooming. Folklore of an ancient tree, from the trunk grows a ribbon. I used to tie up my tresses every morning. Now I wear a mask to hide my face. But I dance into the night with the other women. We are all so young, virtue is tight, but my hair is looser. Like bathwater, lather and dirt caked on skin. Sin is a sip. Damned pain, God damn it, as the mother cleans her child, she weeps. A child ready for bed. Thank the fates. Thank the fates.
You were like, okay, let's just set the tone straight away.
Yeah.
If anyone still thought this was going to be like fairy tales and fluffiness, they can tune out now, right? How did you pick the poems?
Basically, I used all the ones that I've already published, but I also added more that kind of fills in all the gaps of like the imagery that I wanted to portray. Like I wanted to show how being a child is full of these symbols that feel bigger than you and that feel like you, and all of these like heroines and tragic figures and people that you're supposed to look up to but also romanticize. And I kind of wanted to deconstruct that and be like, a lot of these people are just human beings, and a lot of these things aren't actually fairy tales. They're real stories that happen to real people, and they inspired hope, but they also inspired like they were, it was a lot of suffering involved. Like there was a lot of pain, especially with Frida Kahlo, who I'm talking about in the poem. Yeah. She was disabled. She learned to, she painted from her bed. Her dad built her this thing to help her paint in bed after a terrible car accident. And she just, I don't know, her story is not, I don't like the word inspiring, but it's like, it's just so human and so beautiful in that like she created art whilst in such bad pain and such suffering. And I feel like a lot of my poems that I've written in these collections were just from the hospital bed as well. Like some of these poems I literally wrote in the ER, just waiting for someone to come, and like, and feeling dismissed by doctors, feeling dismissed by everybody, and just needing to have a voice outside of that medical
Yeah.
sterile world. And I wanted it to feel real and tangible and like dirty. I wanted it to feel dirty because it's so sterile, the medical world, and it just makes you feel like not human, you know?
What I see in your poetry is like you refuse to be erased.
No, yeah. I am angry and I want to have a voice because I feel like I'm silenced so often.
Yeah.
Especially as a woman, but like I do have a lot of privilege there as like being white and like I don't look able-bodied anymore, but I used to, and so I had that privilege as well. But like I like looking like you're not sick is a privilege, but then it's also a curse because people don't believe you.
No. Oh, you look so
it's
good.
Like I wanted to write about that experience, but now that I'm visibly disabled, I use a walker and I have oxygen. It's like it's a totally different experience, and it's both humbling, but it's also like, it sounds awful, but I kind of like it because it's like people actually see my pain and they actually acknowledge it and they take me seriously, you know? They don't just like, oh, she has this. Well, that sounds not real. Like, you know, like so many of my conditions are like chronic conditions that especially women experience.
Yeah.
So they're like completely disregarded by science and medical science. Like because people don't care.
No, it's still very much a male-dominated field.
Yeah.
When
and
you tell someone that you have endometriosis, they think like, oh yeah, but everybody has heavy periods, right?
And like especially women of color and like women who like there's like literally like statistics that say that women of color get pain meds less quickly than white men do.
Yeah.
And like why are we waiting longer for the same pain meds when we have the same conditions? It's just it's so lonely, that feeling of like suffering and no one coming to help. It really shatters your perception of safety and just like feeling like there's someone there that's going to help you when it's bad.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, I work in nursing and I see the other side of it as well. And it's all systemic. You can't really have capitalism in nursing.
No.
I'm sorry that it's so fucked up that you now have maybe more peace of mind because you have a walker and oxygen, and
it's
before
just
this, you had words.
It's like proof that I've been through this. It also is true about like feeling like assaulted, where you're just like, I wish there was evidence of this to have so that I could like show and like have it in a trial that will never happen. Yeah. But like you kind of want there to be proof that you've been damaged on your body, you know? And so, like having physical proof like oxygen or a walker, it's like this is proof that messed me up, and it just like has like had a toll on my body ever since. Like so
do you relate to people like Frida Kahlo?
I don't know if I relate to her. I just don't know if I can like speak to her pain because I'm not in her body. I never experienced her pain, but like I look at her paintings and I like feel this guttural sense of like she was suffering, and I understand that suffering to my extent, and I'm just like, she was such a rebel, and I love that about her.
Well, you're a rebel too. You're sitting here writing poetry with the fucking oxygen.
Well, yeah.
Let me get my second question. Childhood in his book feels both magical because of the framing and violent because of the contents. Did you set out to dismantle the idea of innocent girlhood, or did the poems lead you there?
I'm always trying to explore the real ugly perception of the concept of purity and innocence. Because as a victim of purity culture, it feels important to debunk the myth that purity and perfection even exists. Because we're just mammals. Like, we're just trying to make sense of the world in our bodies that are frail and could become sick at any moment.
Most people don't realize that you can be sick.
No one likes to acknowledge their own mortality, and that's why people don't like disabled people, is because we remind them of their mortality, and it freaks them out. So it's like, I feel like it's important to like remember that we are just animals that could get sick, and I think we need to give ourselves more grace, especially women, because every woman I know beats herself up about not being productive enough, not being kind enough, not being beautiful enough, not giving her whole self to everyone else. And it's like, I want those women and literally everyone who reads my book to understand that they're allowed to rid themselves of the curse of purity and perfection. We are just allowed to be. We don't have to work ourselves to the bone. It's not a moral failure to rest.
No.
It's essential to rest to be able to do anything. Like, we need to rest to be able to be efficient in the first place.
Yeah.
And we're here to live and to make mistakes and to learn and to help each other along the way. So in a way, I did set out to dismantle the idea of innocence and purity because I feel like it does way more damage than good.